My marriage is falling apart after a failed throuple with my husband's best friend. I'm not a spicy, adventurous person. I admit that. After 20 years of the same thing, my husband wanted to spice things up. My husband wanted to try out the experience of new people. Our first throuple was with a woman we both knew was very intimately open. She was a former coworker. It was for my husband's birthday. It was fine even if it wasn't my cup of tea, but I just kept waking up with flashbacks to the event months after. Then it was a throuple with a man, and my husband suggested his best friend Z. I didn't have objections, but maybe I should have. Looking back at it, I wasn't ready to be the center of attention. The first throuple was easier because I didn't have to participate much and I could just withdraw and let my husband and the coworker do their thing. This one was just way too much and in my face, but I tried to put a smile on. After a couple minutes of foreplay, my husband needed to take a break because he had not eaten, and he told Z and I to continue while he grabbed a snack. We continued, but Z suddenly asked me if I was okay. I just started crying and he immediately stopped what he was doing and asked what was wrong. That only made me cry harder. I felt really ashamed and embarrassed and overwhelmed, and I couldn't articulate why at that point. He helped me clean up and put my clothes back on and just hugged me until I felt better and more calm. Z asked me again what was wrong and asked if he made me feel uncomfortable, and I had to explain that it was just overwhelming with having 4 hands on me and being with someone else other than my husband and having to see him with someone else and sleeping with a friend, and I was just not ready. My husband came back later and joked that he missed the action and if I was ready for round 2. Z told him I wasn't ready for anything and that it was a bad idea. They ended up having a back and forth about when was a good time, and I barely remember what they said. It's been a couple of months since that, and my husband and I have agreed on no more throuple, and he apologized that it was a disaster. I feel guilty for being attracted to Z. My husband has always been slightly insecure if his partner prefers Z over him since his first girlfriend tried to cheat on him with Z. Maybe the throuple was a way to placate his feeling and make him feel more secure that I wasn't going to do that. But I was not attracted to Z before the throuple. But I can feel our marriage crumbling. I keep having flashbacks to him and his coworker, and I just keep remembering Z comforting me while my husband made stupid jokes about round 2 and missing the action.
Here are the top comments, plus Opie's reply.
Maybe Z has done similar for the other partner too, shown the girl that she deserves kindness and patience. I hope that makes sense. I mean, it sounds reasonable. Z was comforting, Hubs made jokes, and that's a huge contrast and wake-up call to anyone.
OP replied,
No, my husband's first girlfriend found Z physically attractive and tried to cheat with him. Z told my husband immediately. This was in college or slightly afterwards.
Sounds like you was way over your comfort zone and boundaries your husband wanted a throuple, but did you? I mean, did you want him to have intimacy with the coworker, and did you want to have intimacy with Z? Your marriage is crumbling because there are something hurt. Your way to save it, if you want it saved, is to talk about it, a professional.